Why you dey buy fake product, yeah? Make you dey careful, no go damage your life. You've got one life to live.
Buy original.
You should know where to go. Na SON. Don't touch, don't touch.
It's fake.
Don't touch, don't touch.
It's bad.
Don't touch, don't touch.
It hurts.
Don't touch, don't touch.
It destroys.
Don't touch, don't touch.
It kills.
You should know where to go. Na SON.
We will continue to protect consumers from fake and substandard products. Director General of the Standards Organization of Nigeria, Malam Farouk Salim, assures Nigerians as the agency stormed a warehouse of substandard tires in Ibafo, Ogun State. Another set of staff benefit from the SON's Strategic Capacity Building Initiative as some steel bar manufacturers in Kano, Northwest Nigeria, resolved to do it right by embracing standard. It's a usual evening tonic on television, brought to you by the Standards Organization of Nigeria on Mondays at this time and this station. The program is Standard and You, and my pleasure bringing it to you. My name is Ifeyinwa Okonkwo. Don't go anywhere because I'll be back.
I want a situation where in the future, when you see a son person, either in your market or in your shop or on the street, you bring him close to you and say, welcome, come, beer, let's talk. Because it's your brother, it's your friend. But I cannot be your brother if you don't know I'm interested in protecting you. Like they say, when you were son, with Rando.
Welcome to the world of standard and quality, where we offer you information on product safety and quality. The program is Standard and You.
Choose life and live. Buy original. Be original. SON.
We begin the program by telling you that the renewed measures by the Standards Organization of Nigeria aimed at tackling the menace of fake and substandard products are paying off with increased seizures. The agency uncovered a syndicate that specializes in the distribution of substandard tires in Ogun State.
It was an amazing discovery, a disturbing trend perpetrated by unscrupulous importers who are out to make profit at all costs, even to the detriment of the innocent consumer. For this category of businessmen, what matters is the bottom line and not the health or satisfaction of the unsuspecting consumer. Luck, however, ran out of the owner of these substandard tires following a tip-off by a good Nigerian. This warehouse is located at the Lagos-Ibadan Expressway in Ogun State. These tires on physical examination looks good, but were stuffed into one another, which makes it substandard, as explained by the Director General of the Standards Organization of Nigeria, Malam Farouk Salim, who led the raid.
Averagely, almost every tire has about 4 tires inside it. So we're looking at close to 600 million naira worth of tires that are worthless because they're stuffed. And their integrity is definitely questioned right now. As you can see in the background, some of the tires are still bent and deformed even after they were removed from the other tires. A tire is supposed to be inflated from the inside to a certain capacity. That's the standard. But when you start bending tires and squeezing them inside another tire, what is happening is there's the elasticity of tires, there is a limit to it. So if you stretch that elasticity, the tires are already damaged, and then you put the tires on the street, they put air inside it, and then there's load inside it, then very likelihood an area that is deformed will just explode. That's why it's not very unusual to hear people with 30, 40 people in a bus, the tire exploded and all of them are perished.
The tires were in different sizes and imported into the country. The SON boss, who expressed worry over the volume of seizure and the negative implication of such products on the overall economy, told newsmen that the tires will be cut to shreds so it can no longer be sold in the country.
This is dangerous because only God knows how many of these warehouses are hidden somewhere in the bushes in different towns around the country. Don't forget, this country is wide, so I will not be surprised if there are not other stores even in the north like this. So it's a very dangerous trend, and this is why we're still emphasizing that the best way to enforce is to be at the port of entry.
This young man, Emmanuel Ogbagbe, was arrested in connection with the seizure at the warehouse, where he told the SON boss that his job was to supervise those separating the stuffed tires. The warehouse has been sealed and arrangements are being concluded by the SON to evacuate the bad tires.
And the warehouse is big. The capacity of the warehouse is close to about 300 or more containers. And only God knows how many they have already taken before after they got the wind of our impending raid here. So this is a very dangerous situation, and the people's lives are at stake. It's very dangerous. Our roads are not safe because of something like this.
The seizure is coming few weeks after the agency destroyed substandard tires worth millions of naira in Apapa, Lagos. The street value of the stuffed tires was put at millions of naira.
Welcome back. The program you're watching is Standard and New. Moving on, the Director General of the Standards Organization of Nigeria, Malam Farouk Salim, wants dealers of steel bar in the country to embrace standard and stop patronizing manufacturers of substandard products. He gave his advice at a stakeholders forum held in Kano State. Here are details of that engagement.
In the last 3 months, officials of the Standards Organization of Nigeria have embarked on a cleanup exercise aimed at checking the production and distribution of substandard steel bars. After a careful market survey, it was discovered that more than 90% of the steel bar in the country were substandard. This disturbing development forced the management of the SON to issue a 3-month grace period to manufacturers to withdraw the bad products from the markets. Since then, the agency has been in close monitoring of the various industries to ensure strict compliance with the agency's ultimatum, as explained by the chairman, Task Force on Steel.
Now we are taking the fight to the distributor, telling them that they have to take responsibility for buying substandard products from a manufacturer.
This battle to the dealers started with this stakeholders meeting in Lagos, southwest of the country, and Kano, northwest of the country. The SOM boss made it categorically clear to the dealers it wasn't going to be business as usual, adding that anyone caught selling or producing substandard steel bar will be dealt with decisively in accordance with the provisions of the law. Salim told the dealers that all reinforcement bars must comply with the requirements of the SON NIS 117-2004 and accompanied by a mill certificate.
We, as an organization, keeping standards, we are responsible. You, as the people selling to the customers, you are responsible. Those people who are manufacturing to us, they are responsible. We cannot pick one item and say, this is the only way we are going to approach it. I'm not telling you that the Steel Task Force or Standard Organization, they are saints. I never told anybody that. I don't even tell people I'm a saint. But even in the den of thieves, there is decency, there is honor. What we are asking is for honor. I understand the fact that you will go and buy an item and you have been cheated almost 35% of the product. But that's why you have the law too. If you are really concerned and you're serious about your rights as an individual and as a businessman, go to court. Reach out to us. We support you in court. Good people put their hands together. Empires are brought down.
He described the industry as being critical to the nation's economy and insists that only the bars of best quality will find their ways into the Nigerian markets.
If you want me to do something different, which I'm trying to do, you cannot do the same thing you are doing every day. You too have to sacrifice. I will work with the steel industry, I will work with the dealers, I will work with the customers. Our responsibility is if a customer, a contractor buys a steel and it's substandard, he brings it to us. We send somebody to go and find out where he buys it from. And that person who sells it to him will find somebody else who got it from. My brother here says all the steel industry in the market is substandard. Whose fault is it? Is it Standard Organization of Nigeria? Or is it the people who buy every time and they don't care? Or is it the people who sell and manufacture to them?
The DG noted that the African Continental Free Trade Area Agreement places a huge burden on Nigerian steel manufacturers to rise to the challenge to step up their production processes and churn out goods of acceptable standards.
If we are serious about this, let's do it. Otherwise, we'll enforce, we'll collect our fines and come back and enforce again. If I employ more people, I'll be enforcing every day. But it's not good. That's why I want you to have a proper association so that you know the bad people that are with you.
Some of the stakeholders who bear their minds on the interactive forum assured the DG of their resolve to work with the agency to promote standardization and ensure that consumers get value for their money.
My name now Mr. Shortcut. I dey mind my money. Now cheap one I dey buy. Now we take cable for my yard and cheap building material where we take build my office. I think say I dey save money. Office building collapse and fire burn my house.
Standards Organization of Nigeria (SON) don ready for action and say enough of pain, loss and wastage. If you see product wey no dey correct, call the SON office wey near you.
SON they say.
Look well. Standards Organization of Nigeria, improving life through standards.
And to some other stories now. Director General of the Standards Organization of Nigeria says he will continue to place premium on human capital development within the organization to enhance operations of the agency. He was speaking in an interview with Standard & U in Lagos at a workshop on standardization put together by the agency for the Director General and top management staff in his office. The exercise was aimed at deepening the knowledge of beneficiaries on basic terms and effective steps in standards development, among others.
Well, knowledge is always a good thing. That helps you make decisions about the course itself, about how to improve the course and make sure that you make things better, essentially. The knowledge will help in making decisions. It will help in enhancing the program.
But this is very useful because it either corrects some notions I had or it validates what I knew, so that when I speak about it in future, I'll be able to talk with a lot more confidence. And it also builds a lot of respect for the professionals in the organization. In just the short period I have gone through this, I look at the experts in the organization from a new perspective and with a lot of respect, because they contribute a lot to the organization, and more importantly to the safety of every one of us as Nigerians. I also see the importance of the role of the Standard Council of Nigeria. They are basically gatekeepers to our safety as citizens of this country.
Director, Training Services of the SON told Standard & U that the benefits of such training are numerous.
A system has to function. It has to be driven from the top, And to do that, it is very essential for him to know why certain things are to be done the way they are to be done and why they are not to be done in other ways. And if he has this understanding, then you will discover that his directives, all his directors, will actually fall in line. Everything that is forwarded to him, he will now be able to apply these requirements in taking his decisions. And that will help us, it will go a long way in actually making sure that this organization does even better for the country.
In another development, the SON boss says the prevalence of substandard products in the country reinforces the need for the agency to be strategically positioned at the various points of entry into Nigeria to effectively check the influx of these goods.
85% of the goods coming into this country go through Lagos. How am I supposed to police bad stuffs from coming into Nigeria if I cannot block them from coming in where they come from? You put the guard at the gate, you don't put the guard outside the place. I'm not interested in just going to the ports for the heck of it. I'm interested in going there to block things from coming in, to raise money for the federal government that they need to build infrastructure, to protect our people. It's a safety issue. The steel industry is not the only one suffering. The cable industry has done so well for themselves that the highest quality cable are Nigerian made. Yet our people are allowed to go with little money to foreign countries and import iron in the name of cable, burning down our buildings, killing our people.
For the SON Chief Executive, it's one sure way of tackling the menace of substandard products. Malam Farouk Salim, who was on a courtesy visit to the agency's newly built office in Ilorin, Kwara State, and International Tobacco Company and Cam Holdings Limited, explained that it's a lot easier to fight the goods at the points of entry. At the office of the SON in Ilorin, Kwara State, Salim charged staff to be professional and discharge their duties with immense sense of responsibility.
We're going to start organizing local training. Your experts here will sit you down in this room, walk you through what you're doing in factory inspection, what to expect, what to look for, sometimes even the reason why you look for it. But the reason is the last item. Because if you go for factory inspection, some person asks you, why are you doing this? You have your cell phone. You can call an engineer and ask him, why are we measuring this place? Why does it have to be 10 meters or 3 meters? Then that technical person can explain to the manager why you're doing that. So it doesn't take a rocket science to check for standards, to find things that meet up to standards. All we have to do is train people, train their eyes, make them more sensitive to what they are looking for.
The Standards Organization of Nigeria, SON, brings a new lease of life to Nigerian SMEs. SON has put a greater premium on developing standards aimed at improving the exports of the nation's food and cash crops. This explains why we have developed more standards for Nigeria's produce like sesame, cocoa, garri, and more, courtesy our accredited state-of-the-art laboratories. In keeping with the federal government's ease of doing business, SON has simplified its processes and turnaround time for SUNCAP and MANCAP to reduce substandard products and legal arm to prosecute offenders. Join the Standards Organization of Nigeria in ridding our nation of substandard goods due to consistent market surveillance and raids. See something, say something. The Standards Organization of Nigeria, improving life through standards.
It's an essential part of the wiring system used at home or in the office. Sockets connect electrical equipment to the alternating current supply. When you have a wall socket with only one outlet and need to connect about 4 different devices at a time, then we make use of an extension socket, which has multiple sockets connected with a cord and plug attached to it. I'm glad to tell you I'll be sharing 5 standard tips on the extension socket right after responding to your feedback. My name is Halimot Osifo. Welcome. Matthew Augustine from Delta says, I really appreciate your information, but I think SON should have undercover ad hoc staff or put their emergency number in case one discover any substandard goods or products. Thank you so much, Matthew, for your contribution. We have a surveillance, intelligence and monitoring team at the Standards Organization of Nigeria. We provide information on fake and substandard products. However, you can also report any cases of fake and substandard products to the nearest SON office, or just send to the number on your screen. Anonymous message says, I love your show, well done. Thank you so much and keep watching. Christopher Turaki from Jos says, God bless you, SON. Please, I want you to put an eye on manufacturers or importers of pencils. Some of them are very hard to sharpen. Thank you so much, Christopher, for calling our attention to that. We would investigate and take necessary actions. This anonymous message says, God bless Nigeria, God bless SON. Standard is assured. Please, where is your office in Imo State? God bless you too. SON Imo State office is at Okigwe Road Secretariat, Owerri. Eno Yakor from Cross River says, wow, this is my first time to actually hear from this organization because I have only seen and heard about it only on some textbooks. Good job, keep it up. Thank you so much for reaching out to us. We hope to serve you better. Now to 5 standard tips on the extension socket. Buy extension sockets which have been certified by the SON from reputable stores. Check the current rating of the extension lead before plugging appliances into it. Do not overload your socket with higher current appliances leading to overheating. Use only one extension lead per socket and never plug an extension lead into another extension lead. Install more wall sockets if needed. Regularly check for danger signs like smell of hot plastic, melting sockets or appliances, sparks mark, damaged leads, amongst others. There you have it, 5 standard tips on the extension sockets. And that's a wrap on this week's episode of your favorite public sensitization program, Standard and You. Do you have a question, complaint, or suggestion? You can send in your messages with your full name and location to the number 0705-972-4455. Tag along with us on Facebook at Standard and You, Instagram and Twitter at Standard and You _. You can catch up with missed episodes online at youtube.com/Standard and You. Don't just view, like, share, and subscribe to our YouTube channel. As always, buy original, sell authentic, and use only the best. Thanks and have a great week.
Why you dey buy fake product, Make you dey careful, no go damage your life. You've got